Okay, we are live once again for another Bitzbox live show, episode number 40. And this is a special episode, because I'm going to be painting Morathi, and I can go on a little bit longer than normal, so I'm thinking anywhere between 2.5 and maybe even 3 hours, depending on if people want me to or not. So as always, to spend a little time waiting for people to come in, I have shared this up on our social media, so hopefully a few people will see that. This camera looks a little bit hazy, I don't know why. It's not too bad. But as you can see, here is my Morathi. I'm just going to grab, because behind me I have the smaller version as well. Little Morathi. But she's only undercoated in black. But I have started her base for the little version. The camera's a little bit zoomed in, but I think that should be okay. I'll certainly keep an eye on it. Start on her head as well. So I just airbrushed these snakes blue. A little bit of something on there, but get rid of that. I'll get rid of that. But yeah, that's her head. That's where the progress is with that. I'll probably do a bit more of her head. And her body here, you can see I've airbrushed the wings. I've just done the same sort of purple as I've got on my squad of life takers or heart renders. I can never remember which one's which, but so the wings are set to match them, and then I've got the blue in the front here. Needs a little dry brush or something just to bring out the details a little bit more. And the scales, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the scales, so I'm open to ideas. I want something fancy. I don't just want it done black or blue or anything. I want a little pattern on here. So I'm going to have to look up some reference for that maybe. So yeah, that's where we are with Morathi. Hopefully the connection's okay for everyone. Harry says, I love that colour scheme. And hi guys, hello. Thank you, yeah. That pink colour, one of my favourite, if I can find it. One of my favourite from the game colour range, that's Warlock Purple. Beautiful colour. Obviously, done it with the airbrush, had to thin it down a little bit. But yeah. There's nothing really like this in the GW range, which is a shame because it's a really nice, vibrant pink colour. Really nice. And I basically just went up from like purples, started dark, went a bit light. There's not really as much transition as I'd have liked, but yeah, it's okay. I might add a wash over it at some point, maybe a couple of little glazes. So yeah, but I'm not really going to focus on the wings much today. Got to try and focus on everything else, really. I'm thinking I'm going to do purple on her robes. I know the wings have got purple in them, but I think I'm going to do purple on the robes, just to match the rest of the army. I've got to be very careful where I put her. But here's her base, and she does kind of sit on it okay. Line that up. I think she goes on like that. She goes in at an angle, something like that. Oh, it's not easy. That thing just gets in the way. Yeah, something like that. There we go. Try out some of the Army Painter colours. They are okayish, but not GW quality. Too bad because I like the dropper bowls. Yeah, game colour might be a better bet. They're a lot closer to the GW quality, and they're in dropper bottles. I hear a lot of good things about the Army Painter washers, though. I've heard a lot of good things about them. So yeah, so she sits in here. I'm probably just going to have to take her out, though, to paint her, because it's a bit awkward. I just got to be very careful of her spear. Maybe I should have left that off, because you can't really lay it down. because of that. So she'll have to just lay down like this. So let's get painting. Nagaroth Knight is going to be my first colour because I'm just going to start focusing on the robes. So yeah, jump in the chat if you have any suggestions for how to do her scales. I'm open to anything. If there's any cool patterns in the snake world that you'd like to see me do, I can always look up reference images. So I definitely want to do something interesting. Want to keep near the sort of blue. We could probably add some green in there if need be. So yeah, these robes will be quite a dark purple. There's an annoying line where the join is though. I'm a bit annoyed with that. In hindsight as well, I wish I'd have kept one of the wings off. Maybe even both of them, but we should be okay. So for those who were here last week, I did finish the Sisters of Slaughter, and you may have seen them in the bat rep. So we definitely got the army's definitely a glass cannon. They do hit very hard, but they're very fragile. If you can get the charge off with them, then yeah, they're very good. So we'll certainly do some more with them. I have a few ideas for what I want to add to the army to make it bigger. So I think I might try and get a load of base coats down to begin with. And get my colours where I need to get them. Peter Nicholas says, hello guys, I made it to a live one, haha. Hooray. Thanks for joining us. Harry says it was by far your best bat rep. I thought the bow unit would be better, but turns out the other one is way better. Yeah, I was exactly the same. I guess that comes with experience of other units in the game. If you look at like Cycles of Zeech and like the Enlightened and the Skyfires are so much better. And I thought this would be the same case here, but wow, them Blood Sisters, they are ridiculous. I'm glad you enjoyed the back rep, and we're going to try and hopefully start doing a few more. Maybe try and get one every couple of weeks. Hopefully. And that glassy look is far too OP. Oh yeah, yeah. What, you mean like the crystal touch thing? Yeah, I mean that crystal touch is really, really overpowered. Especially when you combine it with the are they called covens? Whatever coven it is, where you get the +1 to hit on the charge, so you're coming in and you just cause them mortal wounds on a 3+. And you just surround a character, do that, and then they got 3 attacks each on top of that as well. So they are a nasty unit. As for the scales, if you have the iridescent medium, go for it. Even better with the iridescent colours from the guys, I don't remember the name. Green Soft World? Yeah, I don't have them, but an iridescent medium, that's not a bad idea. I just need to work out what colours to have first. I also enjoyed the back rep, but I'll bite the thumb off that thumbs down guy. There's always a thumbs down guy. No matter what video I put out, what I do, someone will always downvote it. And it could be the same person. Mr. Mini Dreams is here. Good evening. Well, hello. Thanks for joining us. So now I'm getting the old Retributor armour, right? We're going to paint these armour plates. So yeah, if any of you guys ever do a Morathi, probably best to keep this wing off. I wish I didn't glue it on now. Just gonna get in the way, I think. And trying to get up in there with the airbrush was a bit of a challenge. Harry says, which wing again? Sorry, I was painting. V1 looked curved round. Just because it was very hard to get the airbrush in there. You can see it's not the best to work in there, but that sort of arcs round, it gets in the way. But this one's okay. Did you attend ChillCon last weekend? No. Who was it who mentioned ChillCon last week? So, got the instruction here for reference. So, her torso thing is going to be purple as well. Okay. I'm painting a high elf on a bird something for my mixed order Chaos Dwarfs theme. Nice. Yeah, what is everyone else up to? So let's get these up here. Yeah, Adepticon, that is the big one, isn't it? That is the big one. Would be awesome to go, but it's a big old trek for myself, that one. But I did know a few people this side of a pond who did attend. Well, if we have Salute over here, which is quite a big one. I know Wayne and Jab off our channel went last year. One day I'll do BitsCon. It'll happen. If I had any idea how to arrange one, I think that'd be quite cool. We need something really here on the East Coast where I live, because we do have quite a large number of gamers. And it would certainly get numbers. Gary Evans. Hi Bitzbox Craig. First time watching live. Oh, nice. Currently painting some Necrons. Keep up with good videos. Well, thank you. Well, thanks for joining us. It's always nice when we have new people join us on the shows. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep her in shot. I think the camera's a little bit too zoomed in for my liking. I had it at a different place last week, but I've just been playing around with the tripod again to get a better angle. And Peter Nicholas says, just a Mephitic Blight Hauler for me. Nice. I do want to pick up a couple myself when I go back onto my Death Guard. I do miss my Death Guard. Problem is, by the time I finish doing my Daughters of Cain stuff, we'll have the Idoneth Deepkin out. And then I'll be doing them. And then by the time I finish them, there'll be something else, no doubt. I love the video for Wolves he did a few weeks ago. Oh, what, the, for Ruins. That one. I've got them lying around, actually. Peter Higgins. Hi, everyone. Hello. Well, I've got to stop laying her that way because she's going to have a bent spear. Somewhere a bit better. So have we got a thing around her neck that needs to be gold? A little bit there. Mr. Minidreams says I'm still doing my Death Guard. Nice. Always been one of my favourite Chaos Legions. Yeah, I like how you stacked them up. Yeah, it's trickier than I thought it would be. There's a picture of some of them stacked up in the White Dwarf and they look absolutely flawless. So GW did a better job than I did. But they worked. Keep getting freeze, I have to reset. Yeah, the connection seems a bit bad at the moment. I don't know why that's playing up. So I apologise if it's going a bit slow for anyone. Doing your Death Guard in orange. Nice. It's nice to see it's nice to see sort of different colour schemes for like Death Guard and Thousand Suns and stuff like that. And it's nice that GW are coming up with different ones as well. I really miss your long free-powered army book reviews. Maybe do some for the daughters in your time when Princess allows. Yeah, I mean, book reviews aren't too bad. They're quite easy to film and do. Could be an idea. So, a little bit of gold on around as well. I'm just really too worried about these details at the moment, because I'll probably end up neatening them up after the skin. Thomas says, looking really good so far, mate. Well, thank you. So, yeah, for any latecomers, I need a good scheme or pattern to have for her scales. Something that will obviously match the blue. Your White Dwarf reviews, you said they did a better job of stacking the walls. but they took way longer than you had to do it. Yeah, and I noticed they had more of a more of the same piece, which obviously certain pieces must stack. I got the book somewhere. Certain pieces must stack better than others. Where'd it go? Oh, I shoved it over there. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, let's stick on the big camera. Yeah, as you notice, it's all like the same piece. Near enough. So obviously that piece stacks better than other pieces. Looks really nice though. I've basically sort of nicked this colour scheme to use on Morathi's base. I'm a fan of this model, and your colour choices really make a difference. I do find maybe sort of going a bit sort of extreme with the highlights sometimes can sort of really make miniatures pop. Anyone have any suggestions for paint agitators? Interactive stainless shakers, any good size weight wise? I wonder if I still got some. I bought a load of stainless steel ball bearings. I'm not sure if I still got any there. Oh, I don't know. But I bought some ball bearings. I can't remember the size though, but yeah, if you order them online, it's hard to say, isn't it? But yeah, little ball bearings, little stainless steel ones, they do work really well. All my Badger airbrush paints have them. Yeah, definitely good. Definitely worth having. How do you get the effects on the wings? Looks awesome. Dead simple. Just sprayed them with a dark purple. Sprayed them with a lighter purple. This is with my airbrush. So much easier with an airbrush, isn't it? And then the final coat was Warlock Purple from Game Colour because it's just beautiful. And then it gives that nice, really bright effect on the wings. I use BBs for my air gun, but the paint goes everywhere. Is that because you're trying to shoot them in the pots? So we'll get the purple up on her robes. And then we'll do the skin, I think. Oh, and don't throw your brush around. Just drop that in my hand there. Just got paint on it, yeah. We don't hit her anywhere. No. I swear I silenced that phone. Crime Index is here. Hello, thanks for joining us. Yeah, see with these wings I've got to like get the brush under here and go around like that. So yeah, definitely her left wing, stage right. Is that stage right? Well, that stage left for her. I don't know, but this wing. Yeah, if you're building Morathi, leave that wing off. So we'll do a skin. It's a pleasure to be here. Well, I'm glad you think that. It's always nice to know that people do enjoy these shows. I often wonder if people do or not, especially when I'm sort of sitting there concentrating, not saying anything. I always think, oh god, people must be getting bored. Let's stick some skin on her face as well. For those who haven't seen, this is progress on that head so far. I need to live my hobby. Is it vicariously through you? Anyone played Freeblade? I just got the download. Maybe that's what froze my computer. Yeah, I used to. I've actually got a video on it somewhere. A little review. Way back when, if you search for archives of the channel. Good little game. I quite enjoy it. I haven't played it for a while, mind you. It does get a bit samey after a while, but most games do, don't they? So I'm not too sure what's going to go on at the back here. Again, much like with scales, I haven't really decided on the colour around her wing. Instead of painting miniatures, I have to do nail art. Yeah, they have their downsides, don't they? Every silver lining has a cloud, that is certainly true. So I'll need a couple coats of the Rakar flesh. It's thinned down a bit. That's nice. I send you emails with no pictures in them. So. Oh, so that's a really interesting question that Harry sent me then. So, got these wings that they look absolutely lovely. And they're half turquoise and half purple. I think we asked about tying them together, tying the two colours together. I think your dry brushing's done that really well anyway. But if you wanted to tie them together a bit more, you could glaze maybe glaze one colour over the other and vice versa, or see what a mix of the two would look like. But it's how I really like them how they look already. I think the dry brushing obviously brings them together really well. You could maybe try and find a shade colour to do on both of them, maybe. But you might have already done that. They look really nice though. I wish I could have been more helpful there. So, yeah, for those of you guys who might not have been here at the beginning, I can go a little bit longer this evening if you guys want me to. So we could go past the 2-hour mark, no problem. Won't go any longer than 3, but we can be somewhere in between. If you guys haven't had enough of me by then. So that's the first coat of Raka flesh. Oh, he's got like a glove on this hand. Oh, excuse me. So, what next? I do want to do another different gold on our headdress, so maybe we'll do that. How will I think about that? Model will look different after I do them fire and lava effects anyway. Cool. I tried to do similar paint on my Flyrant. Now I see it needs redone. Okay, but I'll need snacks. Yes, I actually bought a packet of Rolos up with me because I'll need snacks too. Longer, who misses? Yeah, longer. I can start some random fortune figure I bought from eBay for like €5. Some sort of Zinch magician without his monster. Oh, okay, cool. Viking gold then. I do apologise if I keep looking over that way. I've just got the football on my tablet, so I keep glancing over at it. And my palette's there as well, so send me the last one. You have to give your last roller to the person you love the most, and that will always be myself. And my daughter's too young to eat them, so... Every time I glance up at the football, there's been another goal. Okay, that goal doesn't look that much different from the other goal. It's slightly darker. Where is Mad Cow? Hope he's alright. Yeah, I haven't even seen him. He was on the chat briefly on the first show I came back after my daughter was born, but apart from that, we've not seen him on here. So, yeah, hopefully he's okay. He could have just got bored of us. He might have had enough. But yeah, if he watches this back on YouTube, then I hope he'll leave a comment letting us know he's okay. Yeah, it's not a show about Mad Cow. Sorry, I'm just having one of my Rolos. So I'm now painting the pillar on the base. This is being done with Storm Vermin Fur. I'm going to keep the base pretty simple, with lots of greys. That'll just match the rest of the army, of course. I notice you drink a lot of Coke, I think, and sweets, but how the hell do you stay in shape that well? I've always been quite slim. I think it's just a fast metabolism. However, my stomach says otherwise. I'm one of them people who has like skinny limbs, but then just a fat stomach. Fanboy. Yeah, it's mainly fast metabolism due to an overactive thyroid gland. We won't get technical. If I was a woman, then other women would just hate me. If my stomach was flat, which is not. I'd have to have a flat stomach as well to be hated. Because most women hate other women if they look better than them, don't they? It's a weird thing. Is there a video? Are you planning on releasing one for your paint schemes on this stunning model? Your Daughters of Cain army makes me want to paint mine the same way. Yeah, I mean, I could do a video on how I paint them. If there's anything you want to know how I've painted, I'm happy to share, I won't say my wisdom, but I can certainly tell you how each bit has been painted, if you wish to do the same. Yeah, I mean, I haven't done a painting video for a while, I just haven't got round to it, but I've got a couple that I'm planning on doing. Someone has requested how to do yellow and orange power swords, because I do that. My Primaris Marines have them. So I do what I do want for that. Oh, sugar. She's an awkward model to hold. Especially when you're trying not to get paint on your fingers. I think that's okay. Well, I need another coat of that, but go over there. I'm dreading these wings breaking because on the smaller miniatures they do. Now hit that like button even if I hate you for being in shape. Yeah, round is a shape. Yeah, my stomach really like, and I got little moves as well. My missus doesn't like them. That is a result of eating too much chocolate and coke. That's where it goes. It just goes there and there, nowhere else. My shape is dodecahedron. Yeah, I'm just doing the Stormvermin fur on this base as well. I'm not going to bother too much about down here. I'll do a lighter grey on that. I don't know whether to, when I do the texture, to do it over here as well. Possible. Yeah, it's possible. It's an improvement to previous. I dread to think. Okay. Quite a few skulls and stuff on the base as well, trying to get these little rocks. And of course that's the guy who got turned into a statue and while he was ascending these stairs and then the statue broke in half. Never good. I may have to make some terrain with some models who have been like turned into crystal by the crystal touch. Be quite funny. That is so overpowered. And Blood Sister's actually cheaper than the Stalkers. Crikey, this one tough. Alright, what's next? Well, I'll let her dry. I think this head can have a little wash of Droopty Violet. Great idea about the crystal touch affected. Yeah, it could be like cool, couldn't it? Hey, leftover models or something, or get some cheap ones on eBay. Maybe do a little crystal effect on them. Be quite interesting. So, just going to get Powerball over all the gold and the skin. And of course we have a little Morathi as well. I 100% worked out how I'm going to paint her smaller version. I might do some sort of airbrushing on her wings. Another thing I will say, just going back to the thing about the Coke and the sweets, is like, I know I drink them a lot on this show, but I'm not sitting there just drinking Coke all day and eating sweets all the time. Right, I think there's another layer for skin on here. We can look at oh, wow, that's springy. We can look at that as well. I really should answer this message as well. I apologise. So, another layer of the rack half flesh. Just found half a bar of dark chocolate. Yeah, no. Although, if it's an after 8, I'm all over that. Dark chocolate and mint just goes so well together. But I put my Pepsi as diet. I don't think I've ever had a diet Pepsi. I can't stand Diet Coke. It's just not the same. So, I might have to actually go on my phone in a bit just to look at some reference photos for some snake scale ideas. I don't do it on this bloody PC because it'll probably just slow the stream down. And I got my tablet playing the football. We have been talking about doing some streams of games as well, because everything's set up. Well, everything's basically set up, ready to go for games. We can stream in that room. It's got its own internet. And my laptop is actually a lot better than this PC, so it would stream quite well. I think I might just need another webcam, because our actual filming cameras won't stream. But that'd be quite cool if we had a couple of screens and a chat set up. You could have one where, depending on what game we're playing. So if you're doing like some Shade Spy, you could have a view of the board, then you could have like us or Dicebox or something. It's awful, but it keeps my doctor happy. Yeah, well, I'm sure one day I'll probably be told by a medical profession not to have so much Coke. Not that I drink it loads, as I said, but I drink it regular enough. Just too nice. But I drink a lot of water as well, So I hope that sort of just balances that out. Pretty much all I drink. At least regularly. And of course I am lager. And I will admit I did have a lager earlier today because you know, weather's got quite nice. One of my mates said he was a bit bored, so we ended up just going for a quick one because we've got a new Wetherspoons open in our town. So got to make most of that, yeah. That was nice. Let's get out for an hour. Looks like spring is finally here. Let's get silver. Go heavy metal. Have a heart attack or two and they're all over your diet. Yeah, I can see that. It'll happen to me. They're quite common in my family, so regardless of my diet, I don't think I have much hope. I think my granddad had about 4. I do actually know a couple of people who are younger than me have already had them as well. Just scary. Not fatal, luckily. I just realised I'm sitting here painting this spear and there's this massive wing in the way. There we go. So, yeah, I'm using heavy metal from scale 75 here. Paint the spear. I was watching one of the next level painting videos and he using one of the scale 75 metallics. And he's saying, you know, best in the business. Well, he says that about every paint, but in that instance, he's not wrong. It's just worse for younger peeps. I'm old enough to think, what the hell. Yeah, there must be a time in your life when you just think, sod it. So let's get another layer of gold. I think I still need another layer of Rackard flesh around her belly area. So what colour have I got? Okay. I think I'll do that as well. So I'm thinking maybe I'll get a dry brush going up on these, on the front here. We'll get that sorted out however you want it. And then think about the scales. I do want to go fancy on the scales. I mean, I could make something up. What that line there's about. it's just like a little bit. I see. I'll go down the spike in a different colour. It's actually a different colour on their model. So they've got like some grey. They've got grey on these spikes. I'll probably do that as well. So yeah, let's find a nice dry brush for that blue. We want something sort of turquoisey, but light. So I'm probably going to mix it up. I quite like the Kronos blue. That's too light, but maybe if I was to mix that with a little bit of a green or a turquoise. So, it's all about experimenting, isn't it? Cavalight green might be too dark. A light green. Oh, that's too overpowering. Green, what have we got? We've got Sotek. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself now, aren't I? Maybe a lighter Sotek green. Maybe add some white or bone into that. Yeah, let's get some Screaming Skull. I mean, back in the old days, I used to mix, what was the old, was it bleached bone? Basically Screaming Skull with shabby bone. I used to mix that in with every colour just to get my highlight. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's what we want. That's lovely. You can see that colour there. Where are we? That's the sort of colour I want for my highlight. Do you use a colour wheel or do you just go with your gut feeling? It depends. I do use a colour wheel a lot. Once you start using it a bit, you sort of memorise it. Especially when it comes to complementary colours, they're very easy to remember. And I do use them. I do like using complementary colours. I'll keep thinking. Another idea for a video I've had is how to sort of choose colour schemes, because there are other ways I choose colour schemes as well as just a colour wheel. My Goliaths are a good example of that. I was actually going through Pinterest looking at all different colour schemes and stuff, and I came across one that I like. You get some good colour palettes what people make. They'll like get an image and then they'll put up the colour palette to it. It's a really good way of getting schemes as well. In regards to this miniature, some of my stuff just had turquoise and purple on them, so I'm just doing purple and turquoise, pretty much like the rest of the army, so I just like the colours. So, I don't know how this dry brush is going to look. It's going to be very subtle to begin with, but that's good. Especially in these lighter areas. It's been very light. Build it up a little bit. We'll have to go lighter with the, obviously, the next highlight. A little bit more, but no, that's come out really nice. Go up here. So always, of course, always go against the grain. It's a little bit there where it's just not joined very well, but you won't really see it once she's on. Apart from the odd little bits, she did go together really well. Quite an easy miniature to put together, not a lot to it really. Although, there was a lot of bits to this head, I found. Them snakes, quite a few pieces for each one of them. Oh, I put my Screaming Skull back up here for some reason. So, adding the more bone is okay. I might prefer the white there, but can work with that. Okay, that's looking nice. So, sorry, I apologise again for going quiet. Let's get around here. Okay. So I'm thinking it's a bit hard to see on the camera, but there are little highlights there where I have enjoyed brushing. You can sort of see them. But I think I'll add a little bit more white and just go a little bit higher. I'm seeing how massive your collection is. When the IDNF come out, what models are you going to order? For me, I'm looking forward to the Turtle and Water Cape Dude. Yeah, the Water Cape Dude looks amazing. If I'm honest, I'll probably order all of it. At some point at least. Never paint it all, will I? Yeah, I'd probably want all of it. There's just not. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of the shark guys, but I'd still want some. There's just nothing there when I look at them and think, oh no, that's crap. Everything just looks so nice. I just want a lot. So I want a white. Get a white scar, that'll do. So this light blue colour now is very similar to the light blue that I highlighted the snakes on her head with, so that should be quite nice. Tie them together a little bit. Just focus just a little bit around these runes as well. Noel Gabbett says, "Down, I'm late, still to pop in and say hi." Well, you're late, but the good news is I am going a little bit longer this week. So depending on how long you can stick around, you still get a decent amount of time to watch. I'm still only an hour in as well, but hello and thanks for joining us. As you can see, you're painting Morathi, which I'm sure you'd have gathered from the title anyway. Quietly drinking my Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper? Diet Pepsi. Why did I read that as Dr. Pepper for? Oh, I'm going nuts. I had a Dr. Pepper the other day. First time in ages. need another coat of silver on there. I do think we just need just a little bit more rack our flesh on our belly. With a crazy straw. Nice. Had to go to the barber shop, so yeah, saw the notification on Instagram and thought I'd try to see if you're still live. That's right, I did post a little thing up on our Instagram story, which I'll try and do more often now. I do want to use Instagram a bit more, because I do like Instagram. No one ever sees your Facebook these days, do they? Our Instagram is just Bitzbox, just in case anyone wants to follow us on there. We're so hard to find. Mainly just post up pictures of stuff I've painted. In honour of Mad Cow Crazy. What kind of crazy? Yeah, just a straw that tries to kill you. Made a cake. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Scales. We need scales, people. Let's Google blue snake. That surely won't come up with anything terrible, will it? Not like other blue things you can Google. So, no. So I do quite like ones with like the black in them. We'll probably have some black in there. See, there's quite a lot of nice ones with like reds and oranges, but I'm just so reluctant. You see that one's quite nice? I'm so reluctant to do red. I just don't really want to do red on her. Just not sure it will really match the scheme. Orange will work well. That's the colour wheel coming into play, because that's the complementary colour of blue. But then there's green as well, which might look okay. So it's interesting. Real interesting. I mean, this one's quite cool. I could maybe try something like that with a really bright line down the middle. And then just jump in with some orange, maybe. Search for blue long-glanded coral snake. Okay. I bet Mad know what to Google for blue info. Oh yeah, they're pretty cool. Again though, it's I want something more of a pattern. But I think the orange does work well though, doesn't it? I did see someone do her in that sort of scheme and that looked awesome. But I just wouldn't match anything here. So, oh no, it's a blue coral snake. Oh, I've lost the one I was looking at. Just talk amongst yourselves. Oh, there we go. I'm thinking I'm going to try something like that. If it looks bad, I can always paint over it. So the first thing to do is work out where the centre is. Oh yeah, they've actually got different shape scales. I'm going to have to be very neat. Because I can sort of keep the black that we've already got on there. Instead of the dark blue, I think I'll just have black. And then maybe just stick in some orange. Oh, is that going to look okay? I need advice, people. I need advice. Is orange going to look weird? Is it going to look weird? Maybe should I just do a different blue? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to paint the heart in her hand while I debate. But not with pink. I want red. I don't want that red. Where's that red I like? Ah, where's that red? God, knocking stuff over. The first ones you showed will suit. They almost look like fake snake. Did I say showed? Showed. Oh, are you saying these ones? That's what I was thinking. Try and mix bright orange with bright pink from the wings. Yes, yeah, so I could. Yeah, I could have some of that pink in there, couldn't I? Why not use the pattern on blue dart frogs? That's not a bad shout. Let's have a look at them. Yep, frigs isn't it? Yeah, so they've got like a sort of spotty pattern thing going on them. I think a nice sort of electric blue is definitely got to be in there somewhere, hasn't it? They look so cool, don't they? They look so cool. Look at that colour. So cool. Tell you what, I think the really bright electric blue down the centre is a good place to start. And then whether we add dots or smudges or whatnot and what colours can be decided later, but I like the idea of a really bright, almost white electric blue. Got to find a colour for that. Because obviously we've got a really sort of light magenta going on in the wings, so we want something similar to that sort of contrast going on in his tail. So let's get this bloody heart painted. Literally bloody. Okay, so what do we do for that colour? Let's just get it up on the screen and have a look. So it's really light but really vibrant. That's tough to find with a GW paint. So little colours I'd recommend Thousand Suns Blue. Yeah, Thousand Suns Blue is nice, but I just don't think it's light enough. We want something lighter, I think. Thousand Suns Blue is lovely though, isn't it? I'll certainly keep it out though, because I think that's going to feature somewhere. I have no idea what Harry's talking about. Stoop. See little colours, man. They just don't. They don't do blues well. I like Techless though. But I don't think that's gonna be. I know where it is. Yeah, their light blues are very pastel. Oh, let's take this blue, but see, that's nice if that was lighter. Remember the video you did with the GW tint paint? Mix a very light blue, then use each one with Runefang Steel. To be honest, I don't really remember much from that video, apart from them not being very good paints. Yeah, the iridescent medium, that would probably come on after, yeah. Yeah, see, the tint paints are a good shape because they keep the vibrancy. Come on. Boom. So, they do have a white. Because I'm thinking if I mix the white into a techless, I don't want it to harm it too much. That makes sense. It needs to keep the vibrancy, because techless blue is very vibrant. So it's just a lovely colour. I don't want the white to take that out of it. So, I mean, Moonfang Steel's not a bad shape either. So let's experiment with colour. So we have a white tint. Jesus Christ! Which hasn't been opened for a while. And it's dried up a little bit. Quite a bit. It's like a dry compound. And we mix that in. The main thing is when you're mixing these paints, if you ain't got a large enough quantity. That's too sky blue, I might have mixed in a bit too much there. But we'll mix some more techless back in. To thin it down as well, because this paint is just, this tint is too thick. That's just a very light blue. Off-topic question, someone I know wants to run a Chaos Moon Force but still new to 8th edition. Is there a way I can run Possessed as troops? So it definitely used to be in 7th when you had the Crimson Slaughter. Wow, this white's overpowering. I'm not sure there is an 8th, but then of course we remember you got all the different Force Org charts now. Ooh, a little bit of Aran Blue and then tint of Moot Green. Should we just go nuts here and just throw in colours? Oh, Aran Blue is just that one. So far I've just got like a slightly darker sky blue. I'll probably show you guys in a minute. I like that. Do I dare? Yeah. I'll say, do I dare do the Moot Green? I actually like what I'm getting now. I think a little bit of Moot Green can make it fun. Hold on, make it rainbow coloured. No. Just no. I mean, I'd like to try something like that, but it just wouldn't work in this instance. So, let's do a little bit more Moot Green. Not a lot. Just enough. Okay, a little drop of water. Thin that out a bit. I need that to try and survive this because there's no way I'm going to mix this colour up again. So what I've got is this sort of colour. I'm thinking what I could do is glaze over it with some Guilliman blue if I want to bring it down a bit. Now I'm thinking just this. Yeah, I'm thinking with a wash and a dry brush that could look quite nice. I thought I'd try some kind of Stormcast unit and make them like guards of the Bifrost Rainbow Bridge in Norse mythology. Cool. Yeah, why not? Maybe get a Shadespire warband and try it on. Oh snap, that's a great idea. Gold Shadespire, eh? My fear here is that this is going to dry up. To be fair, if I thin it out a little bit more, it'll go on a bit quicker. It'll obviously take a bit longer to dry. Again, these wings just get way in the way. Hope you guys can see what's going on okay. Yeah, I think we're on a winner here. As it dries, I'm really liking the effect. To be fair, I'm sitting here doing it all neat. This is the first coat I could have just slopped it on, really. I'm just going to quickly sort of mark out which ones I need. Which ones are the centre ones. To be quite honest, I might just go bad boy for once and try and get a Stormcast test model from a store I haven't yet been to try it out. Why not? Hell, that is a lot cooler, love it. As you go to the tip of the tail, you can keep adding moot green. Yeah, that's not a bad shape. Yeah, you've done well there with your suggestions. You've helped me produce this really interesting colour, which is going to be increasingly awkward to paint around this area. And we're still keeping with the centre. As it gets round, it gets less obvious where the centre scales are, but sticking with it. Completely lost once we get round here. Completely lost. But we're going to say these ones. Looks great. Please silk vanish those. Would look so disgusting in a good way. Yeah. Shadespire is so appealing, partly because it's so well supported, but I just can't do it and keep my 40k interests up to date. Yeah, it's hard to just keep on top of everything, isn't it? Oh, the angles I have to hold this girl. Our paint's already drying up. Hell, I didn't get Forge Vein yet and it's so cool. Oh, but you must. I have my 3 knights sitting here, half painted, which I will show off if anyone wants to see them, but I'm not doing anything apart from painting this tail at the moment. No, I can't wait for your Daughters of Cain Army showcase video. It'll be a little way off. I need to add a lot more to them. So our mix is starting to dry up. So what I'm going to do is the first coat. Why I'm painting individual ones, I don't know. We'll just grab it on a larger brush. I guess it's so I can sort of keep to where the... Now there's a bit more moot green on this side. As you can see, it gets a little bit lighter. I suppose I just want to sort of keep where the centre line is. Well, we can work that out as we go. So not being as neat now, I'm just going to get this centre line painted. And to be honest, I'm not hitting many of the other scales. Come back at this end. Just drag it down. It's just a little bit too thin where I've tried to save the mix. But it's covering, The thickness of the tin might actually be an advantage here. So that's our centre line sort of there. It gets all a bit weird towards the tip of the tail, so I'll just do it like that. Oh, we've still got some left. So these ones around here. Yeah, it'd be interesting if you did the deadly tip of a tail, like electric blue crystal. I'll try that when I buy her. Yeah, that's really cool. What you mean, like this bit here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to slop this blue on so I don't forget. That could be quite cool. But crystallising her enemies. Okay, so I think that's all the central ones pretty much covered. Nice touch. And then I'm thinking I'll paint the other ones in Thousand Suns blue, and then I'll wash the whole thing with Drakenhof. Sort of bring the colours together a bit. And then look into adding another colour for a pattern maybe. Or maybe I'll dry brush them first and then add another colour in. Because I think once the Aram or Thousand Suns Blues had a dry brush, I think that'll be dark enough. So this time I do need to be a bit neater, but so I have to unplug that. But only around the ones I don't want to be that colour. And of course, just using the colour out of the pot, I haven't got to sort of rush and try and paint it before a mix dries. So yeah, that's what we're sort of going to end up with, just after the base coats at least. I do think an orange would work well, maybe a dark orangey red. I think that's what I'm going to do. And do a little pattern of some sorts. But we'll get all the blue areas done. So we're an hour and a half just over. Like I say, I'm happy to go longer. So we'll see how far I can get with this tail. This is where I'm going to focus on now. And of course it's the main part of the miniature, so that and the wings of course. But they are pretty much where I want them to be. At least for now. So yeah, this is going to take a little while, I'm afraid. And I've just got to be neat around the centre. But starting to take shape now. I'm thinking I could do a really nice bright highlight. And going up that middle as well to really bring out the brightness of that. It's going to look nice. Let's try and get in shot. the more I look at this, the more I think, maybe some black in there wouldn't look too bad, so... Maybe like some black and orange together. And that could work. Obviously the two colours will go together really well. Oh, let's go that way. Okay, a little bit in the middle here. It's getting there. We are getting there. So now I have to keep putting that down just to get some more paint on the palette. I'll use my larger brush just to get a big dollop of it on the palette. We're almost done with this colour, mind you. Right, before I do that, it calls for another Rolo. Running low. Okay. Sorry, once again our wings just get in the way. How says I really want to buy her. She is beautiful. Really nice miniature. Oh, hello. There we go. I'm kind of lost where the centre is on the tip of this tail though. I'm just sort of making it up now. And I've still got mini Morathi to do at some point. She'll have similar colours. She'll have a purple dress. I'm thinking of doing the blue on her wing things rather than gold. Just to tie the colours in. I mean, it's worked out quite well because obviously some of my stuff has the blue, some has the purple, and then Morathi have a bit of both, brings it all together. Just don't glue the wings on before you paint. Yeah, at least this one. The other one's not too bad because it's out of the way, but this one just gets in the way. Where was I painting before? Just around here. I went in just in the middle here. We're almost done with the Thousand Suns blue. This has been tedious, and I do apologise if I notice there's a couple of less viewers now. So I apologise. Let's get even more paint on the palette. Really, I need to give that brush a rinse. I've been using it for a while. See, the scales around the back here are very difficult to get to. But you're not really going to see them, so I can just need to hold up to the light a little bit just to see what I'm doing. I'll just stick in the Aram or Thousand Suns blue. She also has some scales right at the top here, which cannot be forgotten about. Again, this wing is way in the way for these ones, but I can just get the brush where I need to. We've all done something similar. My usual trick is to glue parts together and find another part that no longer goes into place. Yeah, I think we've all been there. I'm not a massive fan of doing sub-assemblies and stuff, but some miniatures it's just got to be done. Cool, I think that is virtually that. Just this end of the tail here, look. So close. Okay, just a tiny little bit, and then we are done with the Thousand Suns blue for now. A little bit around here. Oh, I can't see the shadows. Just a little bit. Again, the wings make it awkward to get in, but just a little bit there. Cool. Benjamin is here. Hello, thanks for joining us. As you can see, I'm working on Morathi, and this is her current state. As you say, it won't show up unless under scrutiny, so unless it's for competition, yeah. And my stuff is never for competition, so that's always good. Just wondering if one of our lighter blues is just similar to my middle colour, just so I can just do a little bit of mist. I don't think it's close enough. It's not too bad. Our little previous mix didn't really get on there. See, it's actually very close to the Lothern blue. Just a little bit more interesting, mind you. Southern Light, she is looking great. Well, it's better late than never, and I am doing an extended show this week, so we'll be going beyond 10 o'clock. No later than 11, mind you, but I don't know how long I will be sticking around, but certainly a bit longer. Yeah, that's slightly different, but I'm just patching up a tiny little bit, these tiny little bits, so once we've got the wash on and that, you shouldn't notice. But yeah, I think a nice wash, Dragonov Nightshade, bring them colours together. Then I can just start to dry brush them, bring the scales out, and then see if we can add a little pattern on there. I'm just thinking now, do I just do black on a pattern? Or should I be bold and brave and add a little bit of reddy orange? I think the black, I definitely want some black in there anyway. So it'll be a case of having black and orange in there. Or just a black. So that is the conundrum. And we're mostly dry, so I think we can get out the Dragunov. And I will thin it down ever so slightly. Now, of course, it will darken down the central colour, but once I start highlighting with a dry brush, we'll get that nice and bright again. So I think it needs that bright contrast. And I may even go all the way up to white with the dry brush. Just very gently. Don't be too overpowering. She keeps getting her wings caught in the camera lead. I usually got my gym jams on by 11. Yeah, my nights have been quite late recently. We're sort of doing shifts, baby shifts. So I normally stay up till about 2. There's normally a feed between 12 and 2. So I normally just stay up and then I just sleep through till, well, sleep until the morning. So while it's drying, I'm going to show you my nights. So here's one. I'll show you this one because this is the only one that's got some gold and silver on him. I actually started doing the lighter gold and I didn't like it, so... Well, then I realised it didn't match my other stuff. My other stuff's actually got brass scorpion, so... But yeah, all 3 of them have had the blue and it's actually a bone, it's like an off-white. It looks a bit white on the camera. But yeah, they're all at that sort of stage. Got another one there. So I'll match my larger knights. I've got 3 of these, but I can't get all 3 in shot. I'll probably... Who knows, I might actually be painting these next week, in next week's show, if Morathi's done. Possibly. Be them or Witch Elves, I reckon. I'll do some more Witch Elves. But yeah, really happy with progress on these so far. Need to do a lot of work on the metallics though. But yeah, really, really, really nice little kit. Very easy to put together. Okay, so she's still drying. She can go over there. Still have to take out the bins. Always a fun job. So I'm just coming back into the Rakar flesh just on her face. Just while we wait for this to dry. But I can't afford the box set this month. Okay, so that's her face. The mouth looks a bit goofy because I've got Rekha flesh in there, so I need to put some black in the mouth. And then I'll highlight that up. I want to do an extra step on her skin, so I'll probably have another highlight before I go onto the powdered witch flesh. I need to highlight the gold areas, but do want to focus on here. Oh, there's nothing worse than waiting for paint to dry, isn't there? That's pulled up round here. I'll spread that out. Always got to be mindful of that when you use washers. Drag that out there. Lovely. Yeah, it's looking alright. It's looking alright. Did you wet blend the wings? No, it's just airbrushed. Just airbrushed. So, I mean, when you really look at them closely, there's not really much sort of blending going on at all. It's just not as much transition as I would have liked between the colours. You can see a little bit. But yeah, just airbrushed. Very quick job, really. See if she wants to sit on there again. There we go. Straight on this time. At least it's nice when you can finally buy a set you've had to wait for. Oh yeah, it makes it a lot more special, doesn't it? And the Cryptek guy in there is like really nice. He's quite large as well, like you get him in shot. He's quite large. It's on a 50mm base. Whoops, I just broke one of the legs there. Whoops. Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing a little paint tutorial on him at some point. Do something nice on him. But I don't know. Right, still got some rows, I've got 3 left. So I need to decide what colours I'm going to dry brush now. I'm thinking Lothern could be a naturally like Araman blue. Could be a good start. So I'm going to blade mute this. Cope's gone, now I'm back on the good stuff. He says, oh, 2 minutes lag. Oh no. Okay, Now, I'm hoping when I dry brush this on, it's not really going to be that noticeable in the middle. So then it'll be too neat. And have I got a dry brush that is dry? Are you dry? Nope. Are you dry? Yes. I wish there was a good way of drying your brushes really quickly. If anyone knows any good ways, then please share. So I use this bloody thing to dry brush this. Which is going to be fun when I get to the middle. So yeah, that's nice. That's nice on, well, obviously Aram Blue and Thousand Suns Blue. They're going to work well together. Really, I won't go against the green. I apologise if she's going to be reviewed at all sorts of weird angles here now. I can mostly get on the darker areas, it's all good. A little bit up there, haven't we? That's a little bit wet. I'll leave up there for now. There's nothing's going to be fancy up here, it's just going to be those colours. So yeah, really I need a smaller dry brush. Obviously my small ones are just really crappy. Actually not you, what about you? You're very small. No, it's just shit, isn't it? But you really make those sweets to last. Yeah, usually I don't, but you know, I'm busy painting and yapping here, so. So we need a nice, light, vibrant colour to dry brush. And you know what? Let's get our little tint, our little white tint. There he is. Scoop some of him onto the palette. And we'll stick in some blue. We'll stick in some of our Lothern blue. My snacks got eaten before 9:15. Did you say what your snacks were? I can't remember. Because these things are important. Yeah, that's lovely. That is a lovely, nice, light blue. Keeps the vibrancy due to the tint. Now, if the dry brush is on alright. Ooh, that's my beard. There we go. Oh, it's so hard to see on these lights, everything just looks white. Okay, I don't know how well this dry brush is going to work. But let's get this colour on. Oh. It's just a bit too much. I don't like how the Dragunov's made it just look a little bit blotchy in places. You can't really see it on the camera, so that's fine. Ignore what I said, it actually looks perfect. But no, it's not looking as nice as I'd like. Yeah, I need a better dry brush than this, really. This just hasn't got much. The bristles don't even move. Not really. So I could just get something like this and just do a little bit of dry brushing with this. I think that might work. That might work. Nice. There we go. It's not the most subtle of dry brushes because I really want to just bring that brightness back out. Although it's not as neat now. But actually I'm not too concerned because I'm liking it. And then we've got to try and get awkwardness around here. Good night, looking forward to your showcase video. Well, thank you. Yeah, once I get more done to the army, I'll definitely showcase them all up. Just look on our Instagram over the next few days or week if you want to see her finished as well. Be sure to do that. Fuck it, I'm going to eat some chips. Why not? Now, when you say chips, do you mean potato chips or fries? Because we call fried... Well, we don't really call fries chips. We call chips. They are slightly different, but similar thing. Okay, so I'm thinking just pure white, but with a really light dry brush of white. Ah, potato chips. Yeah, I could have bought some up actually. I'm going to use one of the... Where am I? Yeah. Is it the right one? Oh yes, dark chocolate, yes. I also had a biscuit. No, you can't just say biscuit, you've got to say what type of biscuit. These things are important. Because there are so many amazing biscuits. I usually do them myself now, but nah. Oh yes. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera. This white is what I want. You can see now it's like... I know it might have lost a little bit of that vibrancy, but it's got the lightness and the colours are kind of tied together a bit. They look okay, I think. I could maybe do another dry brush on the darker blue. But I'm just going to see how we get on first. Okay. So, I know the camera just makes it all look like a solid colour, but there's highlights there and there's shade. You can sort of see it in the thicker parts of the tail, but it's there. Need a little bit more highlight around here, I think. But she's looking okay. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about this area here. Might just need a little bit more dragging off on there, just to. Cause it looks a bit like a fuzz. Getting around here is a bit difficult, but I don't know. It looks alright actually. I love the tail and the wings. Nice. Well, they are the two main areas, aren't they? So they're the areas I'm really focusing more on. I don't know. I'll just take some of this white just around these runes. I don't think I've got much white left on here actually. I don't think there's much left on here at all, so it's not really doing anything. So yeah, just a little bit of dragging off. I'm not going to mix water into it because that does make it go a little bit blotchy. Just this area, you can see it better on the camera actually. And just stick it in there just to get that shade back out and popping. You sort of lost it a little bit there. Okay, so now this is where we mess the tail up. Back on the old reference photographs. Now it's more of a case of just finding a nice little pattern I like. But yeah, I want some black in there. I want some black. Go nuts and make the runs bright red. No, they're going to be grey, I'm afraid. Just grey and dull. So I'm thinking something like this. That's what I'm thinking. We've basically got the other colours in there, haven't we? So, I mean, that's almost like a red and orange stripe sort of blotchiness. We could do something like that. Oh, go away. This is where the whole dynamic of it changes, and it's easy to go back over it with Aram Blue or Thousand Suns Blue or whatever it was. So I think Troll Slayer, because the choices of oranges from GW Ranger is limitless. And I need to really just keep the phone unlocked for that. Well, I suppose that's just random little. And I'm even just going to do it in like dot and motion, I think, rather than just painting it on solidly. Now, I hate orange paint. I've yet to find an orange paint that I really like, because they just, once you start spreading orange paint, the pigment just, it's never even. And I guess it's just a case of just picking a random spot now and just dabbing it on. Oh, what am I gonna do? It might look terrible. I sort of want random V's. Do I just want... I want a gap between them. And I don't really want them to sort of connect. As they could, but... And they can get slightly thicker as we go up the tail. I love that feeling when you think you're going to ruin it. The another thing is, because orange is such a shit paint, I'll have to do a couple of coats of this as well. But I might dot some red in, because I like that reference photo where like the red's sort of dotted in on the orange. I actually think it's making it look more like a snake. Like, I think sometimes you need them patterns to really sell the snake effect. So, I'm happy at the moment. My biggest concern is that there's just no orange in the army, and like, will the colour work? Oh, the angle on that one's terrible. As you get around these areas, the awkwardness increases. You see the one with a really bad angle. That's annoyed me a little bit. Never mind. The angle seems to be changing as I get around the body. And as we get around here, you don't see a lot of it, so we'll just dollop a little bit there. Now, I did say about adding some black, but I don't know now. Maybe? course, as we get further down near the end, these get a lot smaller. And the reference, they're quite random, so I'm not paying much attention to getting them same size or same length or same distance apart. I'm just keeping it quite random. That helps with my sanity as well. Oh, I hate that when its wings cast a shadow on some areas. You can't see what you're doing. Do a little bit orange up near the tip. And then maybe just do little stripes when it gets near the end. So that's the outside. That's the first coat anyway. Actually looks cool. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that actually. I mean, maybe I could outline them with a bit of black if I want some black in there. I'm thinking of just dotting little bits of red in there as well. Ton of bins has caught up with the lag. What do I miss? Yeah, you missed my pole dancing for a bit, apparently. I must have blacked out during that. No, just me. You just missed me doing orange and fearing for this miniature's life. Right. So, Mr. Orange. This can be sort of reversed. Doesn't really matter. We don't have to line up with anything on the other side. Just my luck to miss it. Don't worry, it didn't really happen. It's all good. That's the late show. Will Pollock says, looks amazing, thank you. It's nice to have that reassurance when you're doing something you're not sure about. But no, I'm quite happy with the orange. Again, it all comes down to colour theory. Blue and orange complement each other really well, so they're good colours to have together. We all wanted it to happen. I've watched enough Fail Army to know that pole dancing never ends well. And as I get round here, just random dots of it once you get round the end here, because the pattern is just too small to get the pattern in. I'm done with painting now, just chilling as always. I will hate it until it's done. My bad, I mean. It looks really nice from what you showed me though. So now the fun bit. Second layer. Now I'm not even worried about covering it exactly the same place as where it was. Just putting some more orange on top. I mean, it's quite thinned down, unintentionally. Yeah, orange paint is such a bugger to work with. I'd hate to have an army that's all orange. I'd certainly have to look around for a different paint. All the ones that I normally use aren't great. First game with Archaon as Skaven went well. Greyseer and Warlord command abilities alongside Storm Vermin. It's pretty brutal. Nice. course, the big question now is, do I actually bother doing the little red dots on there or not? That really annoys me. Just that's just not the right angle. That really annoys me. I prefer weak armies that don't hurt as much when you lose. I love the Skaven. I primed another 50 clan rats, so when I'm done with them in 1,000 years, I'll have 150. So that's how we're looking. I think it does need another colour in there. I do think a black around it could look, around the orange could look quite nice, maybe. It also looked like I've put more effort into it. Itchy eye. Oh dear, there we go. So, how are we doing for time now? 2.5 hours. Are you guys happy to go till 11? I'll go till 11 if you guys are happy for me too. Yeah, black. Skaven usually weak, but not so much with Archaon. No, I mean any army would be weak with him. So I'm some black like that, but should I go around the orange? Oh, my eye is really itchy now. Crazy thing is I picked up every detail on them with 2 to 3 highlights on almost every clan rat. Jesus. I mean, I could do a black line around the blue and then attach to that. So say it was something like that. Yes. Now I'm not sure about around the orange. I think I probably will be. But I'm thinking a line of black around this central blue. Just separates it a little bit. Can make a compendium army good. I'd love to get his miniature and see what I can do with that. I think I need to go the other way with my brush. I'm going against the scales here and I think I need to go with them. Oh, up in my eye. So we need to sort of come down like so. Sorry, I apologise, my eye is just like... Oh, I don't know what's happened there. Oh dear. Too much staring at these scales, maybe. What if you would wash some purple between the bright blue and the darker one? Would tie them with the wings and be even more organic. I love that you do every crazy thing pops in your mind with such an expensive model. Yeah, but you can just paint over them, can't you? You can't ruin these miniatures with paint, because you can always strip them or paint over them. We'll see. I was hoping the Drakenhof would have tied them together a bit more, but a purple could work. It's so hard not to go against the grain. So we can go with the grain going around the other side. You learned some really good stuff here. Well, that's good. Between myself and the people on the chat, I think there's some good stuff flying around in these shows. Obviously, we've all got a lot of hobby experience between us all, which is nice. Can't wait for a showcase. God, I love showcases. I'm going to have to do more showcases, aren't I? I wish the rest of YouTube loved them as much. Well, so I've only been in for a year, but I bet you've learnt a lot in that year. So, do I just line the orange on both sides with black? I think so. So it's something like that. Looks a bit messy towards the top and bottom. Yeah, maybe the orange should just reach all the way to the black line. In this kind of time, it's a lot easier with the internet to learn things about the hobby. Yeah, that is very true. It makes a massive difference. I've certainly found my painting has improved a lot over the last few years, where I've really started watching a lot of stuff on YouTube and that. Learning all little techniques and stuff like that. It's great, and I like to contribute towards that. I mean, it's getting quite saturated, I suppose, but I just love making videos. if I had it my way, I'd love to just be able to do YouTube, the whole YouTube thing full time, but that's just not feasible. Yeah, same when I started as well. Wasn't really much. For White Dwarfs were good though, as they are now. Again. Oh, I've really messed up there. Looking at my first model and my painting now, there's a clear difference, and I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, one of my first models, I don't know if this is the first, but this is one of mine. I always keep it nearby. So, you know, I like to think I've improved a little bit. This is 20 years old now. How crazy is that? Right. I think I got rid of that starter set years ago, but I kept him. I watched a lot of tutorials till I painted my very first model. Did a very nice job when I painted the first one. Too bad it was a clan rat, so I had to make multiple layers for every clan rat. There's so much content on YouTube as well these days. Yeah, there's just loads, isn't it? But I love making content. It's nice to have a variety. Like when I'm looking for techniques or tutorials, I like to see tutorials by different people's different takes, because everyone's different. There's no right or wrong in painting as well. Haha, you're a little bit better now. Yeah. I was a child when I painted that lizard man as well, so. But even if I was to show you something that I painted from like sort of maybe 5 years ago or something, you can definitely see the improvement. That's why I've been like thinking about selling some of my old stuff, because they just look so terrible compared to my newer stuff. So that's how we're looking with the black. I mean, I'm technically a child. Oh yeah, if you're 15, you're a child. To be fair, once you get older, everyone younger than you is a child anyway. Well, there you go. Like, if you're still in this hobby in a few years, you'll be amazed at how far you'll go. For me, my sort of college years, I didn't really do it. So sort of 16 to sort of 19, 20, I weren't really in the hobby so much. But then I started Bitzbox when I was 19, and yeah, it was quite easy to get back into it once just selling the stuff for a living. Better to learn good techniques. That's good. I'm glad like we can inspire people. I find it's good motivation for painting. Like if I want motivation to paint, I'll watch other people's videos or I'll look at their work. And yeah, if you can find like a video on learning a technique or something, that can really get you to sit down and have a go. So it's good. It's nice that the channel is helpful and inspiring, and it does make it worthwhile. You know, we're not one of these massive channels with tens of thousands of subs or anything, and we're very moderate. But that doesn't matter. As long as you know that there are people who do like what you're doing, then it makes it all worthwhile. So I think a lot of people look at YouTube with the thought of doing it financially. And you can sort of tell once they had like the whole monetization thing recently, a lot of people who had really small channels were really annoyed at that. But they need to realise that unless you're like really big, you're just not making money out of it. You should just do it because you enjoy doing it. I mean, we make a little bit out of Patreon and a tiny, minuscule amount out of ads, which is nice, but I still don't think we've covered like what I've spent on equipment and software and stuff. So I think it's a lot more personal when you have live streams like this where you can interact with the creators rather than having 999 messages per second on channels like Mini Wargaming. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's definitely more intimate, isn't it, with the smaller streams. And you think like I really love Way of the Brush with Chris, but he gets so many comments, he has to just sit there reading through the comments most of the time because he couldn't sit there and paint so much because he'd just lose track of all the comments. I haven't watched any of the live sit and talks, mind you. Good idea though, but I guess they're a bit manic. So you have to love Mini Wargaming and really admire what they've managed to achieve. It's very, very cool. I think everyone would love to be in their situation. Still, I can't complain. I managed to make a living selling little plastic bits, so it's not like I've got a terrible job. But I do enjoy the video stuff so much more. I stopped watching them because I like smaller communities, there's more quality in it. And it's funny here with people like Peter, Mad Cow, and Vandus, etc. Yeah, there's no Vandus this week. It's funny because I don't know if you guys remember last week, I think it was, or a week before, he Vandus said about one of his orders didn't turn up. I think it was Vandus. Like the next day, that turned up in the post and it had been returned to me. So I've resent that out to him. Shows how good the postal services are, doesn't it? Useless. Have you ever run 6-shot Gauntlet Storm Fiends with Packmaster and Vigor Dust Injector? Nice. 4+ equals D6. Brutal with 2 damage attacks. Yeah, but have you ever run Blood Sisters? So this is how she's looking. That looks snake-like, doesn't it? I probably want a bit more orange up here. This is not PG. I know, considering Mad Cow's not here as well. Then obviously as soon as Mad Cow walks in, it's never PG. So I'm putting some more orange in. Well, you're lucky Mad Cow's not here today. Live your childhood for another week. Oh crap, I've got some orange on me now. There we go. Another reason to thin your paints. In case you get it on something, you can just wipe it off. What has happened to this brush? What is going on there? I always trusted the orange. Yeah, I think with black helps. No, the reference picture had little bits of red in the orange. When he was here, just don't go to any suggested sites. Yeah. You do find you always meet these people in your life who seem to know some weird corners of the internet. And Mad Cow is one of them. There's always that one guy, isn't there, who just have seen who's seen some shit. So coat number 3 of orange, because I'm just finding it's not covering as well. Orange is bad. What is being implied? Cool. We've actually just got 10 minutes left. Where's the 3 hours gone? I've actually got to take the dog for a quick walk. Normally what I do after my shows. He's going to have a late one. But we're lucky, I live right next to a little field. Well, not field so much as like a little park. It's a little green area where people walk their dogs. It's literally on the corner of my road. So I can just take them for a quick run around and be back in no time. Can we see the dog? I could probably get a picture up. I'm not going to bring him up here because he's slobbery and hyper. And she'd have a fit if she knew he was up here. But I should have photographs of him, because who doesn't have photographs of their pets, right? Let's find a nice one. Not one of them with his bollocks out. Let me find... No, I'm just trying to find just a normal photo of him. Stupid thing. Oh, that's a nice one. I don't hear him snoring, yeah. Oh no, he's sideways. Turn around, doggy. No, that's the wrong way. There he is. That's quite an old photo, mind you. He's called Mac, little French bulldog, massive ears, squishy face. I'll email you pictures of my rats. Nice. I'll have a look at them. I won't put them on here because it just lags for whole stream. But there he is, little doggy. Look, you get to see a little dog in this one. Yeah, he's a good boy. He just gets hyper. Like, if we have visitors around, he just goes nuts. He just wants to jump up at them, have cuddles, and yeah. But yeah, he does snore loudly. He doesn't mind now. He's been really good with Ivy, little baby. Like, at first, he wasn't so sure. He got a little bit jealous because she was getting attention. When she cried, he'd bark because he had no idea what was going on. But now he's good as gold with her. Don't really take a lot of notice, which is nice. That's one of our biggest fears, was how he would react, but he's been really good. Yeah, she's doing well. 6 weeks tomorrow. Can you believe it? I think we've got to go to a hospital or doctors or something, like just a routine thing, because she's 6 weeks. I don't know. I don't pay enough attention. There's just you have appointments coming out your ass. You have midwives and health visitors coming round. You have doctors and injections and all sorts to come still. What resolution was that photo through my PC into a lag time warp? No idea. My princess is a wildcat. Loves me like she's my baby and hates everyone else. She's like a jaguar. Everyone fears her. Do you know my old cat was like that? He was proper feral. And he was just scared of everyone but me. Did she steal your heart already? What, my daughter? From the second she was born. So I'm using Wild Rider Red because it's not very reddy. That makes sense, it's more orange. And I'm just dotting it on these orange areas. Just randomly. It's a little bit thin. And once I've done this, I think that will be it for the night. I would go longer, but some of us need to sleep and do stuff and such. Oh, I've still got a couple of hours left for my night. Underdog painting. Hey, always catch the end. Yeah. Well, it will go up on YouTube. Don't you worry. So, can always jump in. Of course, if this wasn't an oh, that pole dancing joke's not going to get old, is it? Because if this wasn't an extended one, you'd have been quite late, but I recently joined the Facebook group Underdog Painting, and I keep meaning to share some of the videos up on it. Our next video, for anyone who might be interested, is, bear with, I hope this doesn't slow down stream. You might have seen it on our Instagram page. I don't know why I'm bigging it up because it's not great. But our next stream, come on, I built next video probably next video, I build this thing. This is my little vault door entrance thing for Fallout. I made a video on how I made it, even though it looks dodgy. Yeah, for those of you who haven't, do go on the Underdog Painting Facebook group, a very friendly group. You can post whatever you like. Really good group. I've been lurking, but I haven't really been posting. But I shall. So yeah, that's the next thing what's coming. It looks okay. It's the first time I've ever worked with blue foam, so that's why it looks a bit shit. But yeah, I made a video on how to do that, so I've just got to stick all the files together and upload it. I'm hoping to have it done for weekend, if not early next week. But that's our next video. I was going to try and get up early for Patreons, but I just didn't have the time. My mate Felix, who doesn't do the hobby, has named my Hell Pit Brad because of Brad Pitt. He's an idiot. Paint up some Tyranids and Garrick Reavers. Nice. I really want to paint another Shadespire warband. I've got the Orcs and the Undead ones ready to go. I really want to paint them guys up at some point. Because I want to get all the warbands, but I'm not buying any more until I've painted the ones I've got. I think Garrick's Reavers are done. So just a little bit of this colour. I really need to get Skaven Dwarfs and the 2 new warbands. Yes, me too. What do you reckon will be next for warbands? Now that is a big question, because obviously with the original 8, they pretty much gave it away with the little art image, but I don't know. I want to see something completely different. I don't want to see any more Stormcast. Don't see any more Bloodbound. I would love to see a Nurgle one. I think that is definitely a possibility for a little Maggotkin of Nurgle warband. Elves. Gotta see some elves, surely. Yeah, I mean, it's Stormcast and Vanguard next, but obviously I'm talking beyond, because they reckon there will be more. I'd like to see more tiles released. I want them to release like some tiles, some boards and stuff. I'd like to see more of that. There's so much they can do with it. Maybe a little expansion. Oh yeah, Caradron Overlords or something like that. Yeah, lovely. Maybe even some humans. Grots, yeah. Be really cool. Oh, there's just so much you can do. And would you believe I've still got 2 Rolos left? Forgot all about them. So yeah, we have hit the 3-hour mark, I'm afraid, everyone. But here she is. I've spent maybe the best part of an hour and a half on the tail, but yeah, she's looking good. She's looking good. Check our Instagram page in the near future for pictures of her finished. I want to get her finished before next week's show. Of course, I'll show her off on there. Will she be finished? Who knows? I'm hoping so. I'm not painting anything else at the moment, so don't eat those last 2. Too late. No, save the last one. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining me. It's been a really good show. 3 hours. It just goes so quick. I'll be back next week for just a regular, normal show, I should imagine. And who knows, maybe we'll be painting some of these little fellas. So, yeah, see you all next week.